going on, Bears Nation? Welcome back to the Bears Den. I'm Emmett Farr, the Mercer alumni, and your voice for everything orange and black. Uh, since we're got a little low on the football action right now, I'm gonna be doing a little baseball and basketball for the rest of the season, updating you on the weekend recap. Um, Sorry it took me a minute to get this one out, but we've got a weekend recap that tells two very different stories. One team got tested by elite competition. We saw some heartbreak over the weekend with that. And then we've seen some absolute offensive chaos. The baseball team's offense just exploded. It made a statement. So let's get started with the softball. All right, let's start with the tough part. The Mercer Bears softball team went to Birmingham, Alabama to play in a little tournament. And this wasn't a cupcake schedule. This was sharpening iron. So Friday, they started out playing Southern Illinois, lost that game 8-3. So we were looking for them to regroup. They had to play number 25 Ole Miss Rebels that evening. Well, Ole Miss kind of laid it on us, 13-0. Uh, so we had to go into Saturday, which didn't get any easier. We had to play the number one team in the country. That's right, number one, the Tennessee Volunteers. Well, Tennessee's got a very good squad. They were very good last year, and they're good this year. Of course, they're number one, so they got to be good. They beat us 17-0. So on Sunday, our Mercer Bears took on Ole Miss again, and we lost 16-1. Now I want to pause right there. Um, because it's easy to just read scores, but the context matters. They were playing ranked teams from the SEC, which are pretty, strong teams. Uh, these teams have elite speed, elite power, and elite pitching. So, you don't accidentally schedule these type of teams. One, you schedule them to make yourself better because the better competition you play, the better you play. Two, you schedule them to find out who you are, and sometimes find out that you still got some work to do. So Mercer leaves that weekend with an 8-6 overall record. But here's the question, Bear Nation: does this break you, or does it build you? How do you bounce back? That's what we'll be watching. Because championships aren't built in comfort, they're built in response. And this team just got punched in the mouth by some of the best programs in the country. Now we need to watch and see how they answer that. Personally, I watched some of their earlier games in the year, and I think that they'll bounce back with the competition that they'll be facing. I think they'll do well in conference play. I'm looking for them to have a great season. That's just one weekend. So now let's flip the script. Let's move over to the baseball side of things. Um, One, I got to meet Coach Gibson years ago, probably 2014, 2015. Uh, Got to know him a little bit. Great man. I love the way he coaches. He's always got me excited every year about Mercer baseball. Um, he'll play small ball. He'll get a squad that'll hit for power. Usually has good pitching, and we're usually very good all year long. We usually get over 30 wins, 35 wins a season, and that's just awesome. So Coach Gibson, proud of what y'all doing so far this year. Keep it rolling. So because while the softball was taking on ranked giants, the Mercer Bears baseball were at home, and they were cooking. They faced Columbia University, which was the Ivy League preseason favorites. Uh, that's not some random program. They're disciplined and well coached. And on Friday night, it looked bad early. Mercer was down 8-1 after 4 innings, 8-1. And I know some people were probably thinking, "Uh-oh, we're fixing to get shellacked." Um, but this team didn't blink. They didn't give up. They just kept plucking away. By the sixth inning, it was 8-6. In that sixth inning, we had a two-run double by Logan Shepard, a three-run bomb by Chris Katz. So now it was getting loud. The dugout was alive, and by the seventh, it was 8-7. And in the eighth inning, things happened. Braden Kersey steps up, grand slam, boom. Ortho Georgia Park erupts. Michael Graziano adds a two-run double, and just like that, it's 14-8 Mercer. We know, I can tell you, that ain't luck. That's a team that believes in themselves. They believe in each other. It's the culture that Coach Gibson has built. They just got a winning team. I watched them in opening weekend. They were strong. They played good ball. They're definitely a hitting team this year. I look for great things from them. So we had 5 errors. That was the most in a win since 2016. But them errors didn't matter because the offense was so explosive that uh, you're never out of the game when you're hitting like that. And I've seen it a couple times this year already, the way that they could come back and play and hit the ball. So we'll move on to Saturday. Um, Now, Saturday was a different story. It wasn't no comeback story. It was a demolition. 20-6. Let me say that again. 20 runs. We had 17 hits, 5 doubles, 5 home runs, 15 walks. Now you look at a team taking 15 walks. That means they're very disciplined at the plate. So being that disciplined, that's where all them big hits come. You had 5 doubles, 5 home runs. That's from being patient and waiting on your pitch and making them throw that pitch that you can hit. So that's just an awesome display of offense. Uh, Believe me, that's not a baseball game. That was a statement. Braden Kersey kept swinging it. Dylan LaPointe had a 3-run homer. Caleb Hoffman, 2-run shot. Katz finished it off with a 2-run double. We had waves, his waves offense. When you score 20 runs, you got something cooking, man. Tells me something bigger. Tells me that you got depth. You got a lineup that's balanced and plays well together. They believe in each other when they're swinging. Um, Tells me they have confidence. They're ready to play ball, and they believe they can win. So Mercer moved to 5-1 after that game, and you can feel momentum building. So that brings us into Sunday. You know, Sunday's where you learn about maturity because sweeping a team is not easy, especially against a team like Columbia. Again, Columbia scored first, which they've done all weekend, so put pressure on us. But the bottom of the second, Mercer plates 5 runs. Michael Graziano clears the bases with a 3-run double. Chris Katz hits his third homer of the season, and just like that, it's 5-1. But Columbia didn't just sit there; they kept chipping away. They got 1 run in the fifth, 1 run in the seventh, and 1 run in the ninth. Now it's 5-4, and tension was building in the ninth. But Braden Kersey shuts it down in the ninth. So Mercer accomplished their first sweep of the season. Braden got the first save of the season, and to me, that's team growth. That's a team learning how to win in different ways. Friday, you had a blowout. Um, Friday you had a comeback. Saturday was a blowout, and Sunday was a close game. That's versatility. Um, it's just good team play. It's a never give up. They come out of the box swinging, and they're having a good start. So they sit at 6-1. So let's talk about the heat, the streaks. Chris Katz, 7-game hitting streak, 3 straight multiple hit games. Michael Graziano, 7-game hitting streak. When your top guys are consistent, everybody settles in, everybody starts hitting behind them, everybody gets involved. And I love this early season identity. This team can mash, they can respond, and they don't fold under pressure. They just come out and they play ball, and I love it. And I love Coach Gibson's coaching and the rest of the coaching staff. Awesome job, fellas. So we're 6-1 heading into Tuesday night. Tuesday and Wednesday they'll be playing Florida A&M. So let's pack the stands. Here's the big takeaway. Softball faced elite adversity. Baseball showed explosive potential. Both situations matter because it's February. This isn't finished product season. This is identity season. And if baseball keeps swinging like this, they're going to be dangerous in conference play and the rest of the season. Uh, so Tuesday and Wednesday nights, another opportunity, another chance to stack wins. The momentum's real. I believe the Mercer Bears baseball's got something cooking. So Ortho Georgia Park might get allowed again Tuesday and Wednesday. So Bear Nation, this is why we watch the games. This is why we care. Because seasons aren't just straight lines. They're a roller coaster. You have your ups and downs. You win them, you lose them. You win big games, you lose big games. You win tight games, you lose tight games. Uh, Softball took a hit, baseball delivered one, and both are writing their story in real time. So if you love Mercer Athletics, if you believe this program is building something, if you want real talk and real breakdowns, hit the subscribe button. Share this with somebody in orange and black, and I'll see you right back here in the Bears Den. Go Bears. So this is Emmett Farr with the Mercer Bears. Till next time.